Good morning, Colonel Bai. It's Tuesday, November the 30th.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Edwin. And here are your morning announcements.
This Friday is Fun Friday, and the theme is Decades Day. Grade 9s are the 60s, grade 10s the 70s, grade 11s the 80s, and grade 12s are the 90s.
Send a picture of yourself dressed up to the CB Studco Instagram page for a chance to earn points for your grades. Speaking of grade points, isn't Spirit Week coming up?
Yep, next week is Spirit Week and Battle of the Grades. Monday is Pajama Day, Tuesday is Tropical Tuesday, Wednesday is Culture Day, Thursday is Formal vs. Frumpy Day, and Friday is Fictional Friday, where you can dress up as your favorite fictional character.
Each day, most spirited class will be announced based on class participation.
Anyone interested in joining the CB Weightlifting Club can attend the Google Meet Monday at 12:05 with code CB Weightlifting.
If you're interested in getting your writing published, Colonel Bai News will be having in-person meetings every Wednesday at lunch in room 124. Stop by or send an email to jdan1@ocdsb.ca for more details.
Reminder to grade 12 students to check the college and university information form for all university visits. This form can be found on the Colonel Bai website and is updated daily.
December is the time of year where we come together as a school to collect fixings for a holiday hamper for a community in need.
As in the fall, current guidelines prevent us from collecting physical donations, but we will be collecting monetary donations through School Cash Online.
All donations raised this holiday season will be split among 3 different community pathways.
The first is the Shepherds of Good Hope, which provides services and support to vulnerable families in Ottawa.
The second one is the Gloucester Emergency Food Cupboard, which prepares holiday baskets for patrons accessing their food service.
Lastly, we'll be providing holiday hampers for our own CB families in need this year.
It will run from Monday, December the 8th to Sunday, December the 14th, and will have different donation choices available on School Cash Online: $5, $20, and $75.
Let's show the community that while we cannot necessarily visit and celebrate in person, we can still share our holiday cheer and send hope for a healthy and happy 2022.
If you like to answer trivia questions while having fun, then CB's Quiz Bowl is perfect for you.
Quiz Bowl is a club that partakes in quiz and trivia matches, whether it be in school with friends or provincial tournaments.
It allows for students to demonstrate their extensive knowledge of various subjects. The club meets every Friday at 5 p.m.
Students can join by entering the Google Classroom with the code shown on screen.
Graphic Design and Photography Club will be doing a holiday e-card initiative where members will make e-cards.
CB staff and students can fill out a Google form on their Instagram to order cards that will be sent out to their friends and teachers over the Christmas break. Well,
that's all from us today, CB. Now here's your sports desk.
What's up, sports fans?
I'm Sam.
And I'm Mike.
And this
is your sports desk. Hey Sam, you play hockey, right? Have you ever had a concussion before?
Luckily enough, Mike, I've never had a concussion, but I've seen and heard the real danger that it can pose.
That is very true. Concussions are an important topic in the field of sports, which is why we believe that it is important to discuss them.
Yeah, we at Sports Desk have made an educational video essay on the dangers concussions can pose to educate those who are unaware.
Concussions are one of the main issues student athletes face when playing sports. Every year, in Canada, around 50,000 children who are between the ages of 5 and 19 have a concussion. This number only accounts for the concussions that are reported, and a study found that as many as 50% of concussions in sports are not. A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury that causes the brain to bounce back and forth inside the skull. For student athletes, they most commonly happen due to contact sports. It was found that in Canada, in boys aged 15 to 19, rugby was the most common sport for brain injuries, while for girls of the same age group, ringette took the lead. However, concussions can occur in any sport, and it is important for all athletes to understand their severity. What makes concussions so dangerous is how many concussion sufferers don't realize how serious their injury is, or that they even have a concussion, which leads to the concussion staying untreated. By not seeking medical attention after a concussion, people put themselves at risk of getting more concussions after. Consecutive untreated concussions worsen the symptoms exponentially, extend the healing period, and increase the chance of irreparable damage to the brain, or even death. To mitigate this, you should know the signs and symptoms so you don't fall victim to this too. A concussion occurs when either a direct impact or whiplash effect causes the brain to move inside the head and bump against the skull. As a result, neurons are damaged and the brain may bruise at the site of impact. This impact can be a bump, blow, or jolt to the head. However, not all concussive injuries necessarily come from a head injury. A hit to the body that causes the head and brain to move rapidly back and forth can also cause a concussion. This movement in the head can cause a variety of symptoms. Some of the most common symptoms of concussions include headaches, blurred vision, dizziness, slurred speech, nausea, and vomiting. It is important to learn these symptoms and be able to detect whether you or a teammate may have experienced a concussion so that further measures can be taken. One concussion isn't life-threatening, but repeated concussions can be fatal. Thus, knowing when the first one has taken place is critical in order to prevent the others. The best way to prevent concussions is through proper use of safety equipment. Everyone should wear properly fitting, sport-appropriate headgear and safety equipment when playing contact sports. Additionally, proper technique is crucial in preventing injury. All athletes should learn proper technique and form of their specific sport, not only to improve their game, but also to prevent injuries such as concussions. Even if you follow every safety precaution, however, in contact sports there is always an inherent risk of getting a concussion. If that happens, athletes with suspected concussions should immediately be removed from the game and should not be allowed to play until they are cleared by a physician. This will help further prevent aggravating the injury and make the concussion be much less severe than if another one were to occur after. It may be hard to sit out a game, but when accounting that the cost of playing can be your life, benchwarming doesn't sound so bad. 50% of people have little or no knowledge on concussions, and only 15% of Canadians know how to treat a concussion. Thus, it is important to learn about what to do if one happens. If you suffer a head injury while playing a sport, you will likely be removed in order to undergo concussion testing. After suffering from this concussion, you should relax at home and not rush yourself back into playing the sport. You should also cut down on screen time, as screens are found to worsen the symptoms of a concussion. With time, you'll gradually be able to return to your regular activities, but always wait for clearance from a doctor before returning to sports to ensure that it is safe to do so and that you are free of all symptoms. That concludes our piece on concussions. We hope that you've learned something new about them and are now more educated about their severity for student athletes in sports. We at Tuesday's show love a good game, but the safety of our athletes is always our utmost concern. Stay safe, Cougars.
We hope you found that educational and a warning to all those who are at risk of concussions.
If you ever believe that you have a concussion, never be afraid to ask a doctor, coach, or other adult for help. Your safety is their number one priority.
On a more lighthearted note, it's been a while since we've checked our inbox.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely overflowing from messages from you guys.
With that, let's get to some of the submissions. It's time for our mailbag segment, Cougars.
Where Sam and I read your letters to us.
Now let's get into it. Our first email comes from Alexander George. Hello, Sports Desk. I'm a big fan of the show. I sent some fan art.
Ooh, I think that looks really accurate.
We look so good up there.
Without a doubt.
Our second email comes from a Colonel By student. Been a fan of you guys forever. You're the highlight of my week. What should I get you guys for Christmas?
Well, I think you could totally get Sam a haircut.
Excuse me? I think you get Mike a gym membership.
You know what? That's only fair.
For our last email of the day, it comes from Mr. Hudson, Mr. Baird, and Mr. Virgo. As the three biggest Leaf fans in the school, how do you feel about our amazing start to the season?
Well, they've had good starts before, but let's just say that the last time they won the Stanley Cup, our school wasn't even built yet.
I can almost smell another first-round exit for the Leafs this year.
And with that, that's all the emails that we have for you today, CB.
Make sure you keep sending in the submissions at sportsdesk2022@gmail.com.
And now with the end of the mailbag segment, also comes the end of our episode. That's all we have for you today, CB.
This is your Sports Desk.
Signing off.